of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need? To be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads. Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown? To worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne.
Something to think about. But I know the brother got a good heart. See, he's a Leo. I tease my wife because she's a Leo. The roaring Leo, the lion. Soft-hearted Leo. Soft for people, not just women, men too. Soft for them, loving. But see, I've been soft and loving and kind as well. But I'm going to tell you, damn, if I'm going to stand before my Lord and take its wrath for you, I'm more afraid of Allah than I'm afraid of the ocean. And the ocean humbles me more than anything on earth. I like fire. And people are afraid of fire. And I can stand around a blaze and feel good, but I see that ocean and something in me say, you can't drink that much water. Stay back. I fear evil. I will not lay down and try to make friends to please my own ego or my emotions or my mind and throw away my heart and my soul. I tried that when I was a youngster, about 8, 9 years old, when Aisha first came to me, and everybody in my world was saying, you crazy, don't say that, don't let nobody hear you say that, don't talk about God like that. My mother, she put me out of church because I was questioning the minister. By the time I was 11 years old, 10 and a half, I wasn't in church no more because I had questions. I wanted to know what the deal was with Revelation and other parts of the Bible, but especially Revelation. And that minister is still, he's 85 years old, still asking about me. Out of my mother's 9 children, I was the one taken out. He's still asking about me. And my sisters wrote me a letter. Sisters I don't communicate with no more. I don't even consider them my sisters. I consider them my mother's children, but not my sisters. They ain't my sisters in any way other than blood. They ain't my sisters in belief. They ain't my sisters in spirit. They ain't well, a couple of them. 3 of them. You know, they totally disconnected from me. You know, and I had 4. You know, but the thing about it is, the sister wrote me a letter from Washington, D.C. and said that Brother O'Brien and his son always ask about you when they see me. Now, I'm the only one in the family still alive that turned from Christianity. He's a minister now. Turned from Christianity to Islam. And this man, Christian minister, said he believed in what I said. He believed what I say. He believed I'm the messenger of Allah. He believed I'm the one that's been waiting for. This minister taught true Christianity. And I shouldn't say true Christianity. He taught the truth, what Jesus taught and what Moses believed and taught. You see, that's why I could relate to Islam in that church that I was raised in at the particular time, you know, when I came into my understanding. This man always asked about me, the Muslim, the so-called Muslim, who he knows is going beyond that, the calling myself a Muslim, because he know how I feel about the Muslims who have destroyed and disturbed and spoiled Allah's name, so much so that when you say Allah to somebody, they look down on you, look negative, even other Muslims. This man asks about me, and they don't even have it in their mind to try to understand, why would the ministers always ask about him? Why would you always ask about him? Because this man knows the truth. And he don't know how to tell you. Like my father said before he passed on, this is my wisest child. And my father was a little disturbed because he knew he raised us in Christianity and raised them with his heart and soul, and they couldn't get the picture. And I went out into the wilderness and came back with the whole vision. And then said, Dad, you know, don't get confused. I'm talking what you're talking. I'm just speaking a different language because I've been gone so long in foreign lands, you know. But this is what I'm saying. And I related Christianity to Islam, and Islam to Buddhism and Taoism and all other religions of the isms and the iddies and what have you. And my father was pleased. He was well pleased. He was well pleased, and he died a believer. You know? So, you know, it's like, if you see these people, the A.H.A.D believers out there in the community, out in the world, and they're not right in your eyes, you got questions, don't blink twice. You're valid. Know that you're valid. Because many of them are not right. Many of them has lost their children from the way because of their hypocrisy, because of what they do when they're away from me, because of what they say and propagate when they're away from me, you know? And it's a heavy trial on them, you know? And because this brother was acting in the way he was some years ago, I said, all right, that's enough for you. I'm gonna sit you with them, and I want you to take charge of them. He forgot I put him in charge of them. He forgot that. So they done run rings around his head so much. Now he done lost his way. He done lost himself. Huh? Don't even know where this thing originated from. And still ain't said, Holy Apostle, I've had enough. I've had enough. He haven't said it yet. He trying to beat a mountain down that he can't beat down. And let me tell you, A.H.A.D never forgets. A.H.A.D is never unjust. A.H.A.D is the most honorable. Every person will get their recompense for all that they do. Now, you could be angry, you could accept your devil, or you could not accept your devil, because I'm going to tell you something. You go against me, and you go against what A.H.A.D has sent down, and I'm part of that. You're going to have a hard way to go in life. If not in this life, in the next. Trust me. Trust me, because I'm with the Lord of all worlds, who promised the resurrection of Samuel, the Lion of Judah. Who promised the destruction that you see going on in the world today. Who promised that the angels at the four corners of the earth, or the elements in the four corners of the earth, which are the angels in the four elements of earth, to destroy the world that you see is being destroyed today. The one that promised to throw the world off our world off his axis, and created a sight of two moons. It has not failed in its promise. It will not fail in its promise. It's going to continue on in its promise. We of A.H.A.D, the true believers of A.H.A.D, those who are with myself, Gabriel, and A.H.A.D, are going to be victorious. Those who throw little traps out there, those who turn back on their heels, those who have their devils that they're associated with in private, those who have of the two faces, the one that's pleasant when I'm around and submissive in their appearance, and the one that's a demon when I'm not around. You understand? This one and that one. The two faces. A.H.A.D is going to recompense you. Come on in. Come on in. A.H.A.D is going to recompense you for those things. None of them are going to escape. Like Allah said in the Holy Quran about the wives of Prophet Muhammad, said they will get the double penalty. A.H.A.D has said that about my wives from the time I first started getting married a long time ago. Wives that have come and gone. Some of them think that they're going to escape. Because A.H.A.D is cool on them and let them exist in some world of illusions of being all right for different reasons. Think they're going to escape. Those that have been thrown down in the trash heap of hell already still got in their mind, this is the worst that could happen to me. Think they're going to escape. Well, the people in this community, the A.H.A.D believers, that you see out there that's not right, they're not going to escape. And I don't want you to get confused and do me like people did Elijah Muhammad and others who had good cause, to start associating me with them and associate them with me in their ill acts, because they're not to be associated with me in any wrongful acts. If I either show you them in a dark light, then know that they are there of their own accord in that dark light. And in that, they do not represent us. And us means A.H.A.D, Gabriel, and myself. They do not represent us. So we don't want you to get confused. We want you to take a hard look at them. And if you want, admonish them if you see them out there. Because they're not doing all that they could do. They're not complete supporters of mine. They're very slick people that come from the ghetto, a lot of them. We got some that come from the suburbs. We got some that's educated highly intellectually, and we got some that's not that educated. The ones that are most pure, when you see them, you'll know them. The ones that's not right, you'll know them too, but don't associate them with me. Don't associate their ills and their evils with me. That is of their own accord. Now, I'll ask this brother this question again. Do you have any idea as to how you became associated with the people in Modern Mission that you've been with for 2 years that you can't vouch for? And why is it that you can't vouch for them?
Yes, my recollection is coming to me.
If you close your eyes and listen real carefully, you'll hear people saying, "Oh, that's a shame how you doing that, man up there."
All praises due to A.H.A.D.
Yes, it is.
If only they know.
Yes,
but,
it is.
It's what the people are getting is a uncompromising truth, and that's what I've come to appreciate. There's no compromise in it, and I think A.H.A.D much for this having me play here, because any other part of me I can imagine in past times would have been fleeing off the stage. But yes, realizing that everything that's presented to you is not always true. Just because people say they're going to take hands, or they say that they believe, or can give you the best speeches and say things, so much leading with their hearts over and over again, action speaks louder than words, and ultimately, so. Since
you mentioned that famous saying of people, "Oh, Allah knows my heart." I hate when people say that. like there's a possibility that Allah don't know your heart. Or Allah don't know everything. Why would a person come? See, one of the tricks of the deceit artists is that they'll come out and they'll mention Allah to soften you up, and then they'll say, "Allah knows my heart." Yeah, Allah knows your mind too. Allah knows your devil too. Allah knows you in more ways than you know of yourself. Allah knows the things about you that you don't even know exist. So why even try to cover something by saying Allah knows my heart? Have I ever said that to you in 22 years? Yeah. Any of y'all ever hear me say that? Allah knows my heart. Allah's supposed to know your heart, fool. But they'll play other people's stupid audience. They'll play other people's stupid because that covers some people up when they say, "Oh Allah." Oh, well, they can't be lying in the name of Allah. Let me tell you something. The devil was the greatest liar. Allah, when it created man, it manifested 3 books. It gave one. The first book it gave to Satan and the devils. Yep. That's what A.H.A.D said. A.H.A.D Allah Amin Ra. the one you call Jehovah and Yahweh and whatever you call him, said that it gave the first book to Satan. And Satan knows the book. And it gave the second book to the angels on high. See, it gave Satan a chance because it had favored Satan. Satan was the chief of the angels. And he got his book. And he fell astray after getting his book. Well, he didn't take the book from him when he cast him in hell. Satan took his possessions with him. His knowledge with him. And it established new leaders among the angels. The seraphims and what happened. The thrones. The cherubim. And all the different named angels. The archangels and what happened. It gave them a book. And then when it sent Adam down, and Adam had went astray from the book, it wrote another book for man. It starts sending books down as guidance, writings on parchment to be preserved for those coming behind, because man is so forgetful. Like this brother forgot how he got his thing started. So Allah in His mercy sends us books down to hold in their form so we could go back and recall. Even though many people gain more dust on their book than wisdom in their minds. You know? But the books have been sent down. And the devil knows that book, and the devil will lie. The devil will be the greatest hypocrite. It will try to be your greatest friend. The devil inside of you. That will make you angry with me for telling the truth. The one that wants you to believe that I don't know what's there. That A.H.A.D don't know what's there. That it's not really there. It's really you and you're trying to be good. The great liar. It's either you're going to be good of the good or you're not. You know? Those trying is liars. Huh? I can never go to the throne of Allah and say, oh Allah, you know my heart. You know I was trying. Man, I either smack me with that fire. I'll be like, water, water, boiling water. After that, I'll be too scared to ask you anything else. You know what I'm saying? Cover me with the matter, ashes, burning ashes. There wouldn't be no way to put out the fire. I'm glad I can laugh about it right now. And I laugh because we have people in the world that take Allah for a joke. Look at Morgan Freeman. You see he's not a free man. He's almost landed in the morgue. Playing God. Thinking it's a joke. Yeah, thinking it's an act. Playing God. Allah said, okay, check this out. We're going to see if you're Superman, if you can fly. Yeah. So, you know, these are things you should consider. But I just don't want you to go around here thinking that when, you know, you see people out there that call themselves A.H.A.D believers, you see people walking close to me, and then you see them away from me, and they're acting indifferent to the truth. I don't want you people out there to think that I condone those things, that they're of me. And I don't want you to think that I'm blind to those things, because we got some bad people in this community. Some real downright bad people that's doing some bad things. Doing things just like the people on the streets. Huh? Hiding and doing. That's trials from A.H.A.D. And I'm not cursing them, I'm just pointing them out because the fact of the matter is, you know, some of you know some of them. And I tell my children, be mindful of how you speak, how you act. You know, stop going out there acting like niggers, getting angry and cursing and fussing and doing all kind of stuff in the street. You might hear me say a few cuss words, but you know, if any of you know me, you see me on the street, you don't see me walking around there filth and phlegm, as that nigga said, you know, what's his name, Bill Cosby. You don't see me out there carrying on like that. I speak the language of my people on this show because this is what Allah put through my mouth. You know about the 4-letter words, and a lot of you know that you can't even hear me unless I use them. I try to get my queen here not to use them because she has a greater responsibility. She got a lot of children, a lot of mothers who need to be, you know, taught and need to be bent to be straightened back out. So I try to get her to not follow in the way of her mother, who was a great cursor. If we had a college for cursing, she'd have probably a PhD. Huh? Master's. Well, PhD is greater than a master's. Yeah. Yes, yeah, that's because you ain't been through that college scene and stuff, and you haven't played. You just been the street corner college, sidewalk university, and university. You know, and that's the beauty of A.H.A.D. A.H.A.D take us from the lowest of the low, because I ain't been there either, but you know, you think I was. When I mess with college guys like this guy here. But the thing about it is that, you know, our people have a language, and some people like, oh, you hear this? He talking about he from Allah, and he cursing. Goddamn right. You goddamn right. And I'm cursing. But what about the living curses you put on people, which you're leading them astray? If my curses, my words of curse will get you to paradise, praise be to A.H.A.D. You see, my Lord put my words in my mouth. I'm already with my Lord. I ain't got to bargain and do anything to try to get to my Lord. And if what I'm saying is not true, then I'm the fool. I'm the greatest fool. And what that got to do with you? If you are a disliker of mine, and you know, and you want to see me down, then you already have one up on me. Huh? So what the hell? But that can't stop me from giving you the word. Just like how many people know that hell means the hue of hell. How many people know that that's where the word hell came from? The hue, the essence of hell. Hell, the master of hell. Huh? I have made a statement about holy hell or something, and the brother said, I never heard that before. Holy hell, how you gonna put those two together? Easy. Isn't Allah the master and Lord of hell? Isn't Allah holy? Huh? And when you go into that hell, you will see that hell, those of you who going, you go see that hell is not incomplete. It is whole. Oh. You didn't know the word holy came from whole and complete. Yeah, that's where holy come from. Holy is of whole, complete, perfect, all. So when you get down to complete hell, tell a brother, that's what I was saying.
The complete hell.
The complete hell. You're going to know the reality of hell. Huh? Because it's there too. And don't think it's getting burned. Hey, how you going to say Allah in hell? Allah get burnt down there? See, that's you. Probably the Muslims. That's you limiting Allah. But let me go on and let me enter everybody else in the show.
My
How much time we got?
4 minutes.
4 minutes, that's the number of death and is the number of prosperity. It's the number of a firm foundation. So in 4 minutes, let's see if we can prosper and have some. I don't want them old ladies to say, that man on your show, he just talk too much. And them women to be like, wow, he let the woman say something. Come on, give me some help here because I don't want them mad with me.
Well, the reality is this. They're going to be mad anyway. Because when he's a manifest of his truth here. Sitting here as one that's sitting under the messenger. And when Allah broke down the word understand, to stand under something, many people think it's a walk with the messenger is easy because many people fantasize in their own mind. They read the holy books. I can walk with Jesus and Moses. And I tell you the truth, it is a try because Allah do things through his messengers, even though they are the perfect. But to our limited and foolish vision, he just like, you know what I mean? And that's what tricked many people in the world today. I can get over him because he's just like me. But the reality that Allah show you is, I made a statement to how he looked, Allah do something so sweet. I was talking about the young people that we have service with, clients with. And A.H.A.D, out of his mercy, had showed the ranks of how it raised Holy Apostle at the height that he's at. And Allah has raised Holy Queen up. And then Allah showed me that their height between them and them is this. And between myself and her is this. And I said, oh Allah. Because the understanding of Allah manifests. It takes time. And only to get the understanding from you have to go to the Lord. And what Allah manifested as a sign for the messenger, he being of the right and of the truth, and of the true vision of the insight Allah speak about that people profess to have, and of wisdom they profess to be of. Know that you have fooled yourself and your devil has taken you down the wrong path. The reality is that you have to become of the reality to truly understand what it sent down of his words and his guidance and of his books. And to stand under, or does Allah taught us now to tolerate and to bear with Allah and abide under what Allah manifests to you. In that, the walk do not become as easy as people like to fantasize and think it to be. Allah leaves a story in the Quran about Moses and the servants. Some call them Kedar and traditions. But Allah left a great sign in there when Allah said, walk with this man, we give him knowledge from ourselves. To follow Moses, to follow this man. And Moses said, I can follow this man. And he said, but bear patience with me. And Allah caused his messenger to do many things in the sight of Moses that Moses said, wait a minute, you can't be from the Lord. As Allah left that as a sign in his book for us today to follow. How many Muslims or believers look at that sign of Allah in that story and see themselves as that? Muhammad is gone from this life that you know. He's with the perfect. He's at the perfect peace with Allah. Now the Muslim profess to be a Muhammad now because he's not here to be the accountability to him is not here. But Allah tried him in this hour of the day, so when they go before the throne like he do the people of the book before them. When Allah said, Jesus, did I call you to worship you and your mother? And he said, Allah, as long as I was with them, you know what you gave me of the word to give them. Once you took me from them, I don't know this. That's what Allah can say. Jesus don't know Christianity. Moses know Judaism. Buddha know Buddhism and the like. And Moses don't, and Muhammad don't know Hadithism. Because people have made the religion fancy in their own mindset. You know, but it's the truth here that Allah, I thank Allah much for the message because in his love for the people and mankind, the lessons of harshness and love come in that. We see the sign that in humanity when Allah manifested animals with the birds for example, to kick the birds out of his nest, cut the fly on your own. And people say, well, you have to do your children that, the tough love. World, you need that to get right with your Lord in this hour of the day now. Allah is not all forgiving as most people want to be fantasized. The Lord is going to forgive what it wills. But it's going to chastise whom it wills or what it does. So I just want to get that out there, you know. I didn't mean to cut Holy Queen or Holy
Well, the time is up.
No, they said we got 3 minutes.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, okay. Well, we're going.
But check us out on Urbanversity because we're going to do a segment on Urbanversity. We'll go on with this conversation for, you know, my show.
Yeah. If you want to reach us by correspondence, you can reach us at A.H.A.D Incorporated, Post Office Box 8795. Newark, New Jersey 07103, or via the internet at Third House, A.H.A.D at yahoo.com. People, it's been a pleasure sitting here with the messenger and the panel here. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. This has been the A.H.A.D moment. It has been the calm before the storm.
To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you